All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Harakadash.
Khan. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and Rowell. Peace, love, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm the brother of Warrior.
This is Zakaria.
Azmawa, go ahead.
Azmawa.
Rapa'Allah.
Khan. And coming to in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And we got this article right here, and I'm going to go ahead and start this out by reading this article. And it's from shithitthefanplan.com, which you type in shtfplan.com, and you can find this website that has a lot of news articles that's you're not going to see on your typical media outlets. So it says Americans are financially and mentally unstable. Crippling debt is linked to chronic depression. And you know what? Financially, mental instability, you can find that heavy in San Francisco, man. You walk up and down the streets of San Francisco and you see crackheads, people that look like they need to be in the loony houses just walking around the streets, man. All right, it says America. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say pretty much every city, That's how, as days get closer and closer to the end, you see doom and destruction in every major city now,
Khan, that's right. Do you have more you want to say?
No, that's it.
Khan, the brother's correct, man. And you got L.A. You got L.A., you got New Orleans, you got Florida, all the way from West Coast to the East Coast. America is slipping into mental and financial instability, man. All right, even right in the Central Valley where we live at, homelessness, poverty, so on, crime rate is rising every day, man. All right, they have a big problem with this human trafficking thing that's going on, man. It says Americans have become increasingly dependent on debt, while at the same time suffering from record high rates of chronic depression. But they probably have a lot to do with each other, perhaps more than we originally thought. In 2018, 36% of Americans admitted to losing sleep over money concerns.
I got this precept.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 24:11. It says, there is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
Con, you want to say anything?
Yeah, and that's just what the topic, all right, this news article is going into, man, how the mirth of this place is gone, man. This place is not flourishing as it once was, where people had a weekend to look forward to. Now, here in Babylon, all right, you don't have a fucking weekend. Okay, now you got to work the weekends, man, to support your family. All right, the parties that you used to seeing growing up, there is no more parties, man. Everybody's working all the time now. There is no more time for mirth. And because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, he is taking the mirth from this place. Why? So you Israelites can snap out of the lollygagging state you're in. And also because the Lord is going to judge this place, man, real soon. This place isn't going to get better, man. It's going to get worse. All right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is determined to destroy the United States of America. Okay.
Yeah, because you said it's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. Bring out that Jeremiah.
There's Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Yeah, he's saying forsake her. Let everyone go to their own country, man. All these people that was getting rich off America, it's time for all these heathens to just cat out if they can, man. All right, because Babylon is falling. They ain't gonna be able to make no more money because the debt's running up so high. The economy's about to collapse. So these people ain't gonna have no more money to spend. And then what are these heathens gonna be making money off of? Not a damn thing. All right, all they're gonna have is angry mobs of jakes running through their stores, setting them on fire, looting them. You know. And so all these other nations are going to run away because, as it tells you in the scriptures, Judah and Israel are going to be a terror unto the heathen, man.
Yeah, you got a script.
Oh,
good.
Go ahead, Asmar.
Yeah, I got a quick scripture real quick.
Huh.
This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 14. It says, Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
Speak on it, brother.
Yeah, so the Most High has mingled a wicked spirit, because that's what perverse means, in America, man. Because, you know, Egypt, the new Egypt is America, because, you know, Egypt is just an allegory for the house of bondage, you know. So the Most High put the spirit of wickedness in Egypt so they can't fulfill what they want to fulfill, because their destiny is to be destroyed. So when the economy is getting ready to collapse, you know, there ain't gonna be no work for people in America. No warehouse jobs, no cashier jobs or anything like that. Because just like this, I believe it's Isaiah the 13th chapter. It says, well, let me just get it, you know. I don't want to misquote it.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead. There ain't gonna be no work out here. You know, did you get it already?
Yeah, this is Isaiah the chapter 13:22, which the point is in later in the verse. It says, "And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time," which is the point, "and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged." So the days of America is not going to be prolonged, man.
Hey, are you on speaker? Hey, it cuts you out, so just talk without the speakerphone, Baba Kashar. No, yeah, that way it picks up everything that you say.
Oh my God, one real quick.
All right, were you done with that, Ark, or you got more?
No, I'm done with that.
You done? Okay, go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 12:4. "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low." And actually, verse 3, it says, "In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few." Yeah, going into how the brother brought out, how there shall be no work for Egypt, which the head or tail may do. There's going to be no work for anybody here. The economy is going to collapse. It's going to be martial law. What kind of work can you do during martial law? No work. All right, whether you're a politician, somebody high up in the society, the president, or even these people that are low. All right, ain't going to be no janitorial jobs, high schools running and stuff when there's martial law, you know? So all grinding, all this work, the employment is going to cease to exist, man. And it says, "And those that look out of the windows be darkened." Yeah, Esau's witches and warlocks, man. Esau's monthly prognosticators and whatnot. There's not going to be any future, man. Those that look out of the windows be darkened. Because as they look out these windows, trying to get a spiritual view of what's to come, they don't see anything. Because that's in fact what America has to look forward to. Doom and gloom, death and destruction. There is no future for Babylon, America. You know?
Yeah, all the news channels, you know, everything is going to be displayed on TV and the media. There's going to be nothing but death and destruction, man. There's going to be no hope. All right, so you're gonna be looking through the windows. All right, the modern day and Thummim, and what are you gonna see? Nothing but hell, man. All right, so that's what's coming, and that's what's already starting because we're in the beginnings of sorrow. So I'm gonna get back to this article. All right, it says uh, that number feels low as 78%. Feels low. So like as 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, with only a handful of those having any kind of emergency fund in place to protect them from a job loss or recession. So go ahead, Asmawar, get that Haggai that you have.
Okay, come on. Hold on. I went to another preset, so I can.
Yeah, hold that though, whatever you want to get.
Yeah, I got it right now. This is Haggai, and I'm going to start at verse 5. This is Haggai chapter 1, verse 5. It says, Now therefore thus saith Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
Yeah, see? So you earn wages just to put it into a bag of holes, man. And so you living paycheck to paycheck. You don't have no reserve money in case something happens. Then what's gonna happen? All right. You're gonna be in debt at that point. Your emergency, whatever emergency, your car breaks down, you gotta get a new car. Boom! Now you fucked, man. Now you trapped because you don't got enough money to pay back the debt. Yet you gotta pull out that loan, or you gotta pull out, whatever you have to in order to save you out of the situation that you're in. And that seems to be the rut that 78% of Americans, and actually I bet you that number is a lot more than 78%. Okay? That Americans are living in right now. See? And it says a handful of those having any kind of emergency fund in place to protect them from a job loss or recession. And a recent analysis says that people who suffer from mental health issues are 3.5 times more likely to be in problem debt than those without such conditions. It says this link between poor mental health and poor financial health was even stronger for certain conditions such as bipolar disorder and depression. The Money and Mental Health Policy Institute said, according to the BBC. It said those with obsessive compulsive disorder were 6 times more likely to have serious money troubles. The Institute analyzed data from the Adult Psychiatric Morbidity Survey, which had responses from 7,500 people in England. This revealed an estimated 1.5 million people were struggling with mental health and debt issues at the same time. Those surveyed admitted to using credit and borrowing money to buy things that made them temporarily happy if they were stressed or felt depressed. See, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, man. All right, these people are trying to temporarily cover the wounds that they have by buying things, all right, by doing drugs, by going out drinking, all right, but they can't afford it. So there's no mercy. So even when these people are partying, it's not partying no more. It's something dark now. All right, they're literally just drinking their problems away, man. All right, fucking their problems away. The STD rate, I know somebody that's a nurse talking about these women going in for STDs, having all types of having a petri dish, man. They come in with petri dishes. All right, why? Because hey, these prostitutes is living paycheck to paycheck. All right, they gotta suck rod on a higher rate in order to meet that quota. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, that debt. All right, any brothers got anything?
Yeah, this is Baruch chapter 3 verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. And yeah, we're subject to payments, man. Just to get to the point, you gotta work and pay these bills, and the way it's set up is jacked up to where it becomes more and more wicked, to where we're further oppressed, and then you miss a payment, and you end up having to pay more. So we're subject to these payments. We have to pay bills. And like Haggai 1:6, it's like we earn wages to put them in a bag with holes.
Yeah.
Before you get your check, it already has to go to some bill, some payment. It's like it magically disappeared. It's like you got magic holes, black holes in your pocket that just suck your money mysteriously out your wallet, man. All right, because you got to pay electric bill. You got to pay your phone bill, your internet bill. You got to buy food, put gas in your car. Those are payments,
Yep. And then they got that tax.
Yeah.
And then this is Egypt all over again. So while you're working, while this economy is failing, you're gonna have to keep. You're gonna make less money. You're gonna start making less and less money, but paying the same taxes. Right. Just like back in the times in Egypt when they said we don't have any straw. They said I don't give a fuck. You gotta find your own. You still gotta pay that same payment, but you're gonna have to get it on your own now. And that's the same thing that's gonna happen. All right, Esau's still gonna tax you, even though you're catching nothing but hell, man. So shit's only gonna get worse for you Babylonians, man. You got something you want to say?
Okay. I was say something about the debt. This past year, all the holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, it was recorded where they bought the least stuff in recorded history. So that's more proof that this place is true.
Yeah, because they got so much debt to pay off. They're like, fuck, we're gonna pay this payment or we're gonna buy the kids something for Christmas. Little Johnny gonna have to take a loss this year. You got anything you want to add, Asimov?
I'm gonna bring out this scripture in Revelation.
All right, Con.
Because ultimately, everything that we see in America is gonna come to naught anyway, and then it's gonna be destroyed. So it's just like a process that we're going in right now, as you see this society deteriorating, and there's more drug use and people trying to hide their problems through that use. People be more promiscuous and whatnot. But ultimately it's going to be this, this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 20. It says, "Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down." Because there's going to be race wars, there's going to be World War III, nuclear war, that's going to destroy America. It says, and shall be found no more at all, because it's going to be turned into a desert. It says, in the voice of harpers and musicians, you see all these musicians being put to death, starting with the Hamite Nipsey Hussle, and various others that were put to death in the last five or so years and more. It says, and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman or whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Because when you think of a millstone, you think of somebody working. So there ain't going to be no jobs in America real soon, It says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. Because what book of Matthew talks about they were marrying and giving into marriage, just as the days of Noah before the flood came. Well, that was the first death. The flood was the first death. Now we're in the second death, which is going to be by fire, thermonuclear fire. And they're doing the same things, man. All while we're out there on the highways and hedges, condemning this place and trying to tell our people to wake up from the illusion that is set before them. That's the reason why this place is in gross darkness. It says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Yeah, that's how America has its power. By witchcraft, sorceries, whether it be by, because Satan is the prince of the power of the air, going back to Ephesians, You know, through the airways, they pre-program you through the television, through the radio, because they want you to mold you into how they want you to be. Pretty much going back to the whole setup of the New World Order, do as thou will, to be totally wicked. You know, it says, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. You know, because America has a lot of blood on its hands, man, and the land cannot be cleansed. Which I'll get that real quick so I don't misquote it.
I actually don't even worry about it. I gotta leave soon. But it says that scripture tells you that the land cannot be cleansed except by the blood of him that shed it.
Yeah, come. You know, so hey, it's righteous judgment coming to America. You know?
Yeah. And then let's just end on this one. But because how you said people are drinking and doing drugs to mask their problems, and that goes into this in this article right here. It says this is a cyclic problem too, like a cycle, a vicious cycle. As people spiral into a depressed mental state, they tend to spend more money to alleviate those pressures. What are you looking at?
Oh no, I was just placing the camera.
Oh, okay. Alleviate those pressures, and those who use debt and get to the point of having problem debt or living paycheck to paycheck are more likely to descend into a state of mental disarray. It's a vicious catch-22. When you're struggling with your mental health, it can be much harder to stay in work or manage your spending, while being in debt can cause huge stress and anxiety. So the two issues fend off each other, creating a vicious cycle. So these people are in a vicious, destructive cycle. All right, so they're just waxing worse and worse because Babylon's waxing worse and worse. But Isaiah 33:6, you know, wisdom and knowledge is our stability. All right, so we're not fucking bugging the hell out because we know that this shit is being destroyed. All right, go ahead, bring that up.
There's Isaiah 14:11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Yeah, so it says the worms are under thee, the worms have covered thee. So America is being basically devoured by the worm, man. All right, America is slowly but surely decaying, and soon
it's infrastructure.
Yeah, it's infrastructure. Everything about this place is being destroyed. So it's decaying. And when you see a condemned house and it's decaying, any moment the roof can cave in. And the whole house can collapse. And that's what America's finna do, man. All right, America is about to just collapse. All right, because the worms are spread. So all these scriptures are coming to life. And just like the brother Isaac Mawar said, that's why we're out there reproving and rebuking and bringing out these scriptures, because the more that these scriptures come to life and speak for themselves, as it tells you in Habakkuk, the more that that people are going to see it, the 1/3 are going to see it and wake up out of this sleep, man. All right, because we're still here. So that means the elect ain't sealed yet. All right. And that's pretty much it. Any brothers got any closing statements?
No, just America's through. It's about to be destroyed. All right. You see gas prices shooting up.
Yeah.
Something's going on, man.
Yeah.
All right. Something's really going on. Fucking gas is $4 now. And I don't see it slowing down. You know, something going on with that oil money. World War III is about to come, you know?
Yep.
Over that OPEC, you know?
Any closing statements, Azamwa?
Oh, just to land back on what Zakaria said, dealing with World War III, they're drawing up plans to attack Iran, you know, and you know Iran is a big player too, so
God.
Yep.
Everything's right around the corner.
Yep. So we're in that time. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Harakakodash, Khan. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, love, blessings, salutations to all the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, shalom.
Shalom.